So here we are at the DeMondion Restaurant, situated at the Xara Palace Hotel, Relais and Chateaux in the old capital of Medina. I'm Kevin Bonella. I'm the chef de cuisine of this restaurant, which the past February in 2020, which has just been awarded its first Michelin star. At the moment I'm sitting in the outdoors restaurant that we use to serve for summer, with splendid views of mostly of the island. This restaurant has been open for 20 years, and its gastronomy and its philosophy that I've been following for the past years have always been to try and use local produce as much as possible, highlight local produce, try and use these produces to introduce them to new cooking methods that we can showcase to our clients and make them more appreciate our product. This kind of restaurant have been always one of the top on the island. We do work both with local customers, foreign customers. We do always also work with some DMCs, one of them such as Colors of Malta, where high-end clients comes to experience this kind of cuisine in this splendid atmosphere with great service. So all I can say is I'm looking forward to see more and more clients and experience our cuisine. Thank you. Hello everyone, welcome again. Our dish for today is squab, which another name can be a pigeon. A very winter dish. With the squab, we're pairing it with the pan-fried foie gras, some brioche, some turnips, an assortment of mushrooms, some salsify, and as well we're going to serve it with some beetroot and gnocchi and some mustard flavored pigeon jus. I mean, a very winter dish, very simple to prepare, but it's good for this kind of weather. So here I have the pigeon, which have been already trimmed. Basically the wings have been removed, the legs have been removed, the wishbone have been removed. I will be putting a pan on the heat. Here I have some chanterelles, which have already been washed and trimmed. I'm going to cut them into small pieces. Oyster mushrooms, again I'm going to cut them into small pieces. That's for one of the garnish. The turnip, which already have been cooked with some thyme, olive oil and vegetable stock. This will be one of our vegetables in the dish. Just we need to finish with some olive oil, butter and thyme. And this is our brioche. And here we have our potato, beetroot and gnocchi. So basically it's a mixture of beetroot juice, boiled potatoes, eggs and flour, rolled into a dough, and nice beetroot. And in here we have some beetroot juice that will be reduced with some butter and some sage for some flavor. And this will glaze the gnocchi in it. That's the starch in our dish. Now we can start sealing off our pigeon. I'm gonna season the pigeon with some pepper, some salt on the inside to get the flavor inside, and we move to our pan. I will be adding some fresh thyme to get some flavor. Basically we're gonna seal the pigeon all over here. After a couple of minutes I'm gonna add some butter to evolve the flavor. Then we're gonna continue it in the oven for about 3 to 4 minutes. We're allowed to rest for another couple of minutes and then we're ready to go. In the meantime, I will be putting the gnocchi in boiling salted water until they afloat. Usually it's about 2 to 3 minutes. And I have the syrup, the beetroot juice, which I'm gonna start putting on to reduce to be glazed. So now it's time to add our butter. You can already start getting the smell. It's very important to seal our bed on all sides to seal off the juices. Make sure that the butter doesn't burn. So that's why you don't start with the butter at the first stage, otherwise the butter will burn. We turn off our bird. As you can see, we have nice golden brown color. Now we can transfer to our bird, to our tray. and right through the oven. This should take 3 to 4 minutes maximum. Okay. In the meantime, our gnocchi are cooking nicely. They need some more time. Okay. They soon be afloat. So the oil is heating up, We'll add up our chanterelles and oyster mushrooms, glaze color. In the meantime, here we have our pigeon sauce. So basically, we have some chicken stock here, which have been reduced to a thick stock. Then we had some vegetables that have been tossed, some red wine, some pigeon trimmings, mustard, and then have been reduced to get this nice dark pigeon jus. And the seeds that are seeing this is mustard seeds to give that tangy kick element to the dish. That we can start reheating. In the meantime, the gnocchi here, they are afloat. This is the garnish. We can add some butter. The gnocchi are ready to go. Here we have the gnocchi, which are gonna be tossed in the syrup, beetroot syrup, nice ruby red color. I'm gonna put this on a towel to drain off the butter. Butter brioche, which will be toasting it in the same foie gras. Here's our foie gras. It's gonna be seasoned. Touch of pepper. Important to have hot pan. So our pan is nice and hot. I'm gonna put in the foie gras. Careful. This doesn't take more than 1 minute on each side. Careful not to burn it. So once temperature has been reached, we lower a bit the heat. We need to achieve that nice golden brown color. Touch of salt on the other side. And turn off. That's the color we're after. When we turn off, we can add the brioche. So basically the brioche is gonna be cooked in the same fat of the foie gras. Careful with this process because this tends to cook very, very quickly, as you can see. That's the color we're after. So our brioche is done. Now we can take the bird out. We need to leave it to rest for another 3 minutes. As you can see, it's nice sealed off, nice golden brown color. We want a pink, medium rare color, and it needs to rest to enclose all the juices. So we'll be removing the breast from the pigeon, work along the wishbone, and we have that nice, beautiful ruby color. Can remove the fillet. It's our first fillet process. As you can see, this bird cooks very, very quickly. So as I said before, 3 minutes in the oven is more than enough. So those are our breasts. So we're gonna start preparing the dish. We're gonna start with some puree from the gnocchi. As one can see here, very wintry, warmy ingredients. Here we have some salsify, which have been buttered and slightly cooked in olive oil. Our mushroom garni, the chanterelles and the oyster mushrooms, with some baby turnips for that autumny our brioche, which is great with the pigeon, and we'll top it up with the seared of foie gras. Then our star ingredient, the pigeon, and we'll finish off the dish with some mustard pigeon jus. Important not to put the sauce on the breast, like to show that nice bright color. Here we have some thyme oil, really goes well with this color, and some mustard cress to finish up the dish. Here's our dish from the DeMondion Restaurant. I would like to thank Colors of Malta for this episode. Looking forward to see you once again in the future.